Coming up on Unpacked, the second chapter.
Unfortunately, nobody's going to come help you. Nobody's saving you unless yourself. I've got kids to raise. I'm a mom. I have to be strong for my son.
Where are you in terms of your relationship with your ex?
Me being angry is not going to help me or my son. I am tired of being curled up. I want to live. I want to forgive. I want to love. I want God.
When Ivy joined Unpacked with Relebogile Mabocha, she shared the story of a tragic car accident, but also the events that followed and the horrible experiences that she had to endure. Let's take a look.
So he says it was a tire burst. And we fell off a ditch, like off a bridge. There's a little bridge there. And then it's like, oh my gosh, all I remember was trying to wake up and him saying, baby,
who's him?
Oh, my husband saying, baby, Ruele. And then the first question is, where's my dog? Where's my son? So he said to me, Mama, I want to see. I'm like, you want to see what? It's like, it's dark. That's the day they realized that he was blind. The doctors didn't see that he was blind, and his brain was swelling up. So now he has brain damage. He can never be okay. He will never learn things like other kids do. So I went to the mirror, right? There was a mirror in the bathroom. The last time I saw myself was I was a beautiful woman getting married yesterday, right? Right now, I look horrible. The last doctor that saw me diagnosed me with frontal lobe syndrome. After I came back to Pretoria for the second time, that's when all the depression came. Right? And every time I wanted to speak to my husband, he would shut me out. That man that I got married to is not my friend. He doesn't like me. And I remember I became so suicidal. I became so depressed. I was in pain. I was in pain physically and emotionally and mentally. I'm like, I just want to die. Can you kill me? Is it okay? And she's like, you know what, I'm admitting her. And then they took me to a psychiatric hospital. So I went through the doctors and I started smiling again. And I had told myself that, you know what, Ivy, I think it's time. You know, you have kids now and you need to understand that this is your new reality. You know, I think I'm ready to peel off the bandages. I'm ready to go through my pain and understand what's wrong with me and why I'm here.
Ivy, welcome to Unpacked, the second chapter. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Relebogile. Thank you so much for having me again. Thank you so much.
You look amazing. Can I just start by saying that? You look so great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You look amazing too.
And I have to say, I'm not saying you look amazing because of the hair and the beats, which is, you look great there, but your energy just feels so much more positive and good.
Trust me, it is. It is.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. So when your episode went out, what was the feedback like that you got?
Firstly, before the feedback, when I left, I felt like 100 monkeys went off my shoulders, and it felt so light. And I wasn't even thinking about how people are going to receive it. It worked for me. It felt like healing. When I went out there, the amount of women and men that are going through a lot of things that are not heard, it's actually so sad that there's a lot of us and people don't know. And I was glad to just listen and reply and say what I could to make people heal. And I love the fact that it impacted people in a positive way. My story didn't really come with a pity party, but most people saw the, like, I'm alive, I am great, and I love the fact that I could impact people in that way, at the same time healing myself. I love that.
And I'm so happy to hear that. I always get happy, not just me, the team that works behind Unpacked. It feels good for us to know that we're doing more than just a show, a TV show, that we are pushing a purpose, if I could call it that, and we're healing bit by bit and making the little bit of impact that we are through this platform. But of course, through you as one of our guests coming through to open up and share your story. Now, you had really, really struggled with depression for a long period following that episode. Where would you say your mental health is at today?
You know, I think I'm okay. I can say I'm okay. Let me tell you why I would say that. So I decided, you know what, mental health is a very, very giant monster that we have to fight every day. You decide whether to fight it or not. And if you don't, it will depress you, you know? And so I decided, you know what, God, I've tried everything. I went everywhere. So now I want to try you. So I decided to just rid myself of everything that doesn't please him. I decided to refocus my focus on him. And I said, you know what, you're going to heal me. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm raising a son with a mental illness. I can have it. So I don't own it. I don't have it. I don't want it. I'm strong. You put me through this for a reason. And what I'm not going to do is sit down. So I don't know when the last time I had my pills. And because I told myself, I'm not going to be boxed in that. I don't want to be depressed. I have a mental condition that I'm not a part of. I didn't do this to myself. God has to heal me. And trust me, I feel lighter, and it's because I wanted to understand what was happening. Why am I depressed, and how can I help myself? Because unfortunately, nobody's going to come help you. Nobody's saving you unless yourself, you know? So I'm great. I am great because I understand my brain better, and I know. And, you know, yesterday I had a panic attack, but I killed it. I killed it, you know? And most of the times I would let that get to me, and I would crawl in bed and I would want to sleep. Not anymore. I've got kids to raise. I'm a mom. I have to be strong for my son. I can't crawl up anymore, you know? And it's all because of God. I cannot take the credit. I cannot, you know? So I think God did it. And I'm going to say that he did it because there's nothing that I did physically to say, this is what I did to help myself. I went and said, you know what, God, I'm going to seek your face because your word says that. Do the rest. And to be honest with you, this is why I'm here today.
So let's chat about your son. How has his development been since we last spoke?
You remember I told you we're looking for a school. I want to relocate and stuff. I'm in Pretoria now, and my son is shocking his teachers. They don't understand where to place him because he's too intelligent, but now he's got a brain injury. And in the accident, I once mentioned that he broke his leg, broke into two pieces, right? So when I was in hospital, like I had a vision. God showed me my son being a soccer player, like being good at soccer. And I'm just like, he's broken. He's probably not even going to walk anymore. I got a call from school and they said, do you know how good your son is with soccer? And I said, yes. They're like, no, I don't think you understand what we mean. So now he's joining soccer clubs and stuff. And I'm amazed, you know, because I think also saying, God, help me raise this child because I'm clueless, you know, and having to get into a school that is going to accommodate him and expand his thoughts and make me forget what the doctor said. To be honest with you, I wanted to forget what the doctor said and I wanted to start afresh. It's working. He's so smart. He's big. He's shocking me every day. And also I love the fact that he understands now that he's got a condition. He's in a special school, and what happened to him. It makes it easier for me to parent.
So speaking of parenting, where are you in terms of your relationship with your ex-partner?
You know, after the show, we actually got to talk, you know, and I forgive him. I forgave him. And that had to happen to me, nobody else. And I can't sit here and want to blame him. I don't know why it happened. Dwelling in that depresses me, something I've realized. So I forgave him, and we're co-parenting beautifully. And it's working for my mental health as well, because I've decided that, you know what, me holding on a grudge that happened, this is not going to go away. My son is in a condition that is so major. Me being angry is not going to help me or my son, you know? So I decided to forgive him. I decided to just forgive and let it go, And I've seen the fruits of it, honestly speaking. It was not easy, obviously. Having to sit down and talk to him brings everything. You have to cry it out. You're angry. But walking out made me feel like I had to do that. I had to heal, and I had to do that while I am in the right space of mind. I'm not full of emotions. I'm not angry. I'm okay,
How did the family feel? They were such a big part of your support system, actually watching you express yourself in that episode.
Everybody was shocked because they thought I'd break down. And I think having to hear it play like that got everybody back to it. I was like, oh, that's what you enjoyed? You went through all of that, And it not only healed me, but my family, because they would also get calls. No, we didn't know this happened to your daughter. No. And they would encourage my mom, my dad, my cousins, and my family. So we all had to get a healing together, only because I told them that I am tired of being curled up. I want to live. I want to forgive. I want to love. I want God. And it helped me so much because trust me, I went everywhere. I've done everything to try and heal. And my healing comes from God, nobody else.
So there are some comments and questions that we got online. This one is from a viewer on the YouTube channel at Buledi Liza Beth Mike 8369. What a long name. And they say, what a sad story. I am in tears and appreciate Ivy so much, wishing her and her son all the best. You are still alive for a purpose. I pray and hope that your son's mind will gradually develop and hope you find a school for him. May the Lord Almighty continue to strengthen and heal you both. What would you like to say to that comment?
First of all, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But you know what, girl? He is fine. Okay, he's fine, and we got it. We got him in school. And I would also like to thank the prayers as well, because the fact that not only I went to school for my son, somebody else, like a viewer, is saying, you know what, God, look at them, So I'd love to actually thank you, because it was not so long after I came here that I got help, which means you're doing something right and your followers are so amazing. I remember I was buying fabric this one time and one lady came up to me and was like, oh my gosh, I love you. And I was like, and you healed your sky is beautiful. So she started talking about my sky and I'm like, okay, it's like, I know you from Relebogile. So I'm like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine, So I just love the fact that it's so positive at the same time, focusing on healing people, because that's the whole purpose of it. Not to gain publicity. It's just for God to know that, for people to know that God can actually take you out of everything that you think you'd never get out of.
All right. Another one, a viewer that is at Ntobekom Timkulu 239 asked, what happened to the dog? Because you spoke about the dog and how you were getting the dog into what happened to the dog? We didn't ask this question.
My girl. So apparently she broke her spine because she was sitting on my lap in the car. So she broke her spine. And because they wanted to save us first, they just threw her away in the bushes. And yeah, that broke me.
You threw your dog away in the bushes?
Yeah. I mean, they don't really care about a dog. People are dying. I think that's what, okay, that's the story I get. People are like, we're really not going to take care of a dog. I'm like, that's my baby. But you know what? But it took me a while to own another dog because I'm just so scared, because I'm just like, my baby never got to say goodbye, but it's fine. I'm just grateful for life, man.
Yeah. Look, in the context of what was happening, I can see why, obviously the humans' lives were being prioritized, you and your son, everybody that was in the accident. But like my shock that they just threw the dog in the bushes.
And the thing is, the word they use is rumushile, like we left the dog there. Like, really, But I got to heal. Because that was my baby. I had to heal that too. I had to grieve my baby's little life. But yeah.
So what are the final thoughts you'd like to share with all of the viewers today?
One thing I would like to say is we, as people, we need to stop lying to ourselves. You can lie to anybody else but yourself. the minute you stop lying to yourself, you get to realize what you need to work on. And I think our lives are just projects. It never ends, And when you get the power to control your mind in a certain way, like let's say maybe you have anxiety, when it hits you, you have your gut up as well to try and fight it. Practice that. I promise you that works, because pity party never works. If you're depressed, that makes it worse, And the other thing, go to God. Don't go to people who will lie to you about God. Go to God on your own. Read the word of God. He will tell you what to do, So my biggest weapons are God, and understand what is wrong with yourself. Understand your break. Give yourself time to understand. And if there's anything that's distracting you, eliminate that, because mental health is actually more important than anything we own, So I would say master your mind, and you will kill it. I like to say, doesn't have teeth, it's not going to bite me.
Exactly.
So we are strong.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ivy, for agreeing to talk to us again, and for continuing to just share an update on where you are at. And just, may the healing journey continue to grow, especially for your son. We are going to be looking out to watch him play and represent the country, ne?
Yes. It's so amazing, because every time I say it, people are like, he's not okay. I'm like, you know what? I'm never going to say it anymore, because people can't see it. The grace of God is just on him, that people don't even see that he's sick. So I don't have to mention, I don't have to put it in the universe, So yeah, I am okay. I am blessed. And thank you. Thank you so much, because the work you're doing, you're healing millions of people. Trust me, that don't have voice, that don't have the courage to come and do this. I saw it. Men and women, like teenagers, a lot of people. So God bless you for that. You're doing an amazing job. Trust me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ivy. And thank you to all of you who are watching, and comment down below and send prayers to our guests, not just questions and comments, sending prayers, especially where they are searching for healing and growth. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that you can find out about new episodes. Thank you so much for joining us on Unpacked, the second chapter, until we're together again. Next time on Unpacked, the second chapter.
So anytime you try to obey God, you're going to get persecuted. And it's going to be from people who consider themselves also to be Christians.
Sorry. It wasn't an easy thing. It wasn't an easy thing. It's still not.
People who are selfish and self-centered are never going to allow this thing to work.
God allows sickness on us when we're out of order.
Does it mean your guys' DMs are open for any people that want to join the family?
People only knew how good it was. They'd be lined up down the street, but they don't know, because they've been indoctrinated to believe something different.
Is there anybody that you would love to see on the second chapter? Maybe there's a question that you think I should have asked, or something that was burning after you watched and you wished you could have the guest back. Maybe you were confused, or maybe you felt like, there's definitely more to the story. Comment down below and let us know who you'd like to see, which story you'd like to revisit, which guest you'd like us to invite back for Unpacked, the second chapter.